a rest for 10,
Mm-hmm.
and then 20-second sprints. I did that 8 times.
Islam, Noble.
It's wrong.
Islam, Islam. So let's give all our brothers a chance to log in.
Yes, sir.
Let me grab two more things and then we'll get started, man.
Yeah, my phone was dead at work today, so I couldn't log in and watch the workout.
Man, Noble, that's fine, Noble. You ain't Noble. I promise you, your heart is pure. It's all good. You can't make it. You can't make it
Yes, sir. You know, the three C's.
all day long, and you already that. Already that, Noble. So let's give it a second, and we're gonna get started.
Yes, sir.
You can go live on our temple page if you like, Noble.
Yep, I'm there. I'm just waiting for the word to hit the live button.
You can go ahead. You can go ahead and push the button. You can push the button.
Yeah, it's long.
Give everybody a second. And we're gonna jump right into it. And it ain't gonna be long today, but it's gonna be very, very informative, as always. Because I challenge us to study. And when you think you studied enough, the next thing I challenge you to do is study yourself. Islam.
It's long.
And that's what we're about, studying ourselves to show ourselves approved. So, with that being said, let me grab one more thing and I'll be ready. Let me find it.
Islam Barclay. Islam, I'm up in the Alpar store. Hold on. Yes, sir. Islam Noble Solomon. What?
Yep, absolutely. All right, it's that time, man. It's that time. First, I'd like to say peace, peace, peace to everyone that's on our Temple and School page at Burning Bush Tabernacle.ts on Instagram. I want to say peace to everyone that's on my YouTube page at Kari Ibn Hakeem Goodman Bay. And I want to give thanks and honors to everyone on my personal page on Instagram at Ibn El Bay. I give gratitude, love, and peace, and I come to fulfill, not to destroy. I'm not here for any religious conversation. I'm not here for any religious dogma. What I am here for is to impart knowledge and challenge you to use your brain. When I speak on particular topics, a lot of people that don't know me as a profession in real life, I don't like to toot my horn, but I put the work in. And so when people say they scholars, you have to prove, are you a scholar of what? And a scholar have people under him that he or she be able to teach. And a scholar write literature. I've gathered and compiled over 20 books on all different levels. So when I speak on things, I'm not coming from no a biased perspective. I'm coming on what can be proven. I'm dealing with mathematics. I know who I am, and I challenge you to know who you are. And that's it with me. So if anyone like the teachings, anyone like to get my books, when I do these lectures, if you give a $10 donation, I will give you books. I have a full library. I say this again. I am the urban Amazon. You can get PDF books from me. Go to Office Max and Staples. Have them print them and bind them. And then when you see how much the books you get from me for discounts and on Amazon, you see how much you save. So if you talk about all these more, talk about they support misnomer black businesses and all this, and you research and you posting books on your page, man, I should be flooded. My book page, it should be flooded. A. Jelani Moore's book club on Amazon should be flooded with people inquiring and getting books. AJELANI Moore's book club on Instagram. And then on our Temple and School webpage, bbtsciencetemple.com, we provide this. We provide so much at our ministry. This is not just someone trying to have you believe in something. We are an incubator of brothers and sisters that have a particular skill, and we for hire. And what I tell people, we lost due to a lack of knowledge. Here it is, we have a group of brothers that can do your web page, that can set your business up, show you how to get an EIN, show you how to get quick 30s, show you how to get your articles organization, show you how to build your business credit. And then we talk about what we want to do, and we have people doing it. We must join hands. And then we must be able to take this back in our communities. I shouldn't be doing this teaching other people. Everybody call themselves leaders. We have to get out our ego and bring people together and teach our children some early that we learn late. What? How to be themselves, how to understand finances, and let somebody come in that look like them teach the strategy. We must do this. We got to stop waiting. We got to stop thinking, oh, my little plan. Forget that. It's our plan. We can do this. I promise you. Stop all that black and white stuff. That mess means poo diddly. It's the human, the mankind per se, against that powers that be. You got to understand this when you operate on a real level. So as I teach, man, let's do our Moorish American prayer. Empress, can you get my glasses? If I can wipe my glasses, please, baby. Can we do our Moorish American prayer, please?
Indeed. Allah, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation, by night and by day. To his holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali, Shalom Aleichem, Ayah Ash'ayah, Islam, peace, 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 peace.
Peace, peace, peace. Peace, 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 peace. Workout was amazing today, man. Workout was amazing.
Yes, sir.
So when we speak about things, man, and when I speak of things, especially as being not only your brother, not only your friend, not only your Moor, not only your educator, but a person of truth, a person that's not trying to have you believe in something that can't be proven. I'm not here on a belief system. I don't operate like that. I know in order to get through Wednesday, you got to go through Tuesday. I ain't trying to change that. Islam?
Islam.
I'm not trying to change that.
Islam.
That's not my perspective. But what I am here to do is illuminate and let you know your words and your vocabulary must upgrade. And so you won't be lost in linguistics, and you won't be lost in mistranslation or lost in translation, where you can understand the etymon and the roots of words and where words come from. These is facts, because one, you can't transliterate a Hebrew word to English. Why? Because it can mean 10 different things depending on the context. So what I'm saying, it's some work that the student must do in order to be manufactual. That's something we call in scholarship peer-reviewed scholarly research, where it don't matter what you say about me. You don't have to like my glasses. You don't have to like my fez. You don't have to like my turban, but you do respect my science. Why? Because in this field, in this area of scholarship, I'm a peer. That's what we call peer-reviewed scholarly research. Islam?
Islam.
That's number one. So when all these people, I'm not dealing with no rogue Negro. Only a scholar can go in the streets and can go into the educational house and be accepted. Why? Because he can adapt. She can adapt. I am one of you that have raised himself or raised himself up. This is what you should want. This is what we're supposed to be praising.
Facts.
What the hell is wrong with us?
Islam.
Everybody talk that white man stuff. I'm telling you, I am the teacher. When you talk about sons of Muslims, when the Masons we talk about, who the sons of Muslim? They are. These is facts. I didn't leave my home just because. I left my home for a particular reason. Raise myself up. A prophet is no good in his own country. You got to understand that. The work has been done. So when we talk about that spirit molecule, and when you see other individuals, sheiks and adapts walking around illuminated and vibrating on a higher frequency, a lot of us don't know what it is. And the European use this stuff. How? They use foreign instruments like holistic drugs and all these things. And doctors have been proving this. When I talk about things like here, they write books on it. And they speak upon these things that's inside of us, aka your kundalini, aka your jhana, aka your chakra that they talk about. and you don't know how to activate. You think you got to put some foreign object in you. No, you don't. Everything that you need is within. This is the DMT, that spirit molecule, that's within. I activate it. Others like myself activate it. We don't need nothing foreign and domestic. I don't need no psychedelic drug to activate this. And I'm not going to dive all the way in it. But that's why I'm saying, man, and a prophet and an angel don't need the books. He or she is the books. He or she is the education. Why? Because they must live out what they ingest, or it don't match up. How can I tell you about working out and doing that and I don't work out and I don't look different from the regular man? How? How can I tell you about doing all this and being electric and taking a risk on yourself? What I mean is, hey, I'd rather gamble on myself than somebody else's vision. Why? Because I believe my plan in my mind, I can take my money and make it manifest. How? Because I'm in an arena with people that buy things. So if I would do something, I just need to do my thing bigger. That's what I'm trying to tell us. We jump on something that's already going. We must. I'm telling you, man. Something that's already going, man, I'm already in. I'm just trying to see how can I make this go better. If somebody got a truck, hell, I just need to add value to the truck. I don't need to take from the truck. I need to add value. Why? Because this machine is rolling. The people dictates where it goes.
There is long.
I'm telling you, man, I done been all around, and I speak from love. I don't speak from what if or what somebody say. I done did it all. I done invested, I done did it all. I know when things happen. So I come from a place a person can't get mad when I ask you to cross your T's and dot your I's. That should be joy. Why? Because that means you did your work.
Yeah. Great yourself.
Period. It's no, and that's why I say it's not personal. If I got my stuff all the way and let together, I don't got to say nothing. Why? Because I said the truth will defend itself. I just said that the other day in class. You ain't got to tell me nothing what you're doing. Show me on paper. So when we talking about this science and we talk about what works, we got to be able to see something. We got to be able to see it. What we're doing, we're manifesting. So when I talk about the hoovelation of the sacred Moor science, past and present, most Moors don't even know what I'm talking about. Most Moors ain't never seen this. Most Moors don't even know what I'm talking about. When I talk about science, I say science is universal. When I talk about the Masonic connection, when I talk about our prophet's teachings, is rich in Masonic symbolism. You got to understand that. The Crips and Bloods, the Masons, all the signs and symbols the same. You don't understand that? The European don't agree with me.
Yeah,
the European don't agree with me.
Islam.
Our prophet was high in this science. No matter what more say, no matter what more try to say, they don't understand that this science is ours. That's the problem. Our prophet, just like myself, I utilize many symbols that were taught to me, that were taught to the misnomer Masonic in nature, such as the all-seeing eye of providence and the omnipresence, the five-pointed star, aka the pentagram, the handshake or the grip of unity, the unfinished spiritual pyramid of the temple, the usage of Egyptian pyramids, Arabian camels, the star and the crescent, heraldic symbol, the five-pointed star, bordered by lions, crown to the north, Fleur Delis to the south, and the Sphinx relate to this science, this masonry, this craft, this mothers of this science, this Mason, the nobles of the Mystic Shrine Order, which I show y'all. We are the Order of the Mystic Shrine. Y'all know this. Y'all know this. So you shouldn't let nobody come with you with that garbage. Is your Sheik a Mason? No. Is your Sheik part of the shrine? He is the shrine. He 99 degrees.
Come on, Sheik.
What I ain't afraid of. I tell you who I am. You mad because you a clown. That's why. You mad because you ain't accepted in no house. I told this higher wisdom. You'll never see me in no trouble. It's a reason why. Because I know the law. I obey the law and I'm obeying and I can administer them. Everybody that I deal with know my status. I don't got to go around and toot my horn. I am who I say I am. Aya Asha Aya. I can defend myself. Chapter 5 of your Moorish Quran. The circle 7 is the Masonic in content. It's Masonic. If you ain't operating Masonically, you a clown. Period. You a clown because it ain't no system about you. You don't know mathematics. You don't know how to use that compass and square. You a dressed up clown. You a charlatan. You a court jester. And this becomes quite evident when examining the working tools. Just like our Quran said, what? These are the tools. What do we do with these tools? We ain't no European, no Negro Masons where we got all this on our outside skirt, where we doing all this fake stuff and all these fake initiations.
We building up the temple of perfection.
You damn right. That's what the tool's for. We talk about esoterically, not exo, not some illusion.
Islam.
And these are the working tools that they wear on their apron. The royal art, the mariner's degree, and comparing them to the working tools of the workshop of what? Our mind, that our Moorish Quran talks about. Of our mind. Why? Because Allah and man is one. It's nothing outside ourselves. And the royal art mariners and master masons working tools are what? The axe, the saw, the dagger, the square, the level, the plumb, the trowel, 24-inch gauze, and the common gavel. The working tools of the workshop of the mind are what? Here we go. The square, the compass, the axe, the hammer, the plane, the chisel, the line, the plummet, the saw. And the exactness of some tools is apparent. The others are as follows. The dagger of the art mariners degrees is the chisel in the circle, so-called 7. The trowel in the Masonic degree is the plane in the circle 7. I'm teaching y'all. The 24-inch gauze in masonry is the line in the circle, the so-called 7. I bet you your brother, your mason, ain't gonna answer that. I bet you your dad that got his mason hat, his fez, he ain't gonna tell you that. Why? Because he think you perverse. They initiated to that. The level of Freemasonry can be compared to the compass in the circle, which is the 7. And they both can measure and temper life. I'm telling you, this ain't nothing to argue with. Only a person to argue with me. And it's a distinct possibility that our Prophet Noble Drew Ali was initiated into the Cherokee, the Kitawa secret society. So when do our Prophet tell you to get rid of your tribal heritage? He knew who he was a part of. See, that's why these Moors be lying, because they try to hide stuff from you. That don't even make sense. I know who Prophet parents was. They were tribal people. And they had their society, and they had their misnomer, not secret, sacred societies. Islam?
Islam, even as it became, still represented with his last name.
So, hey, y'all, my screen went off, so if y'all can't see, oh well, my screen just went black. So long as y'all can hear, can y'all see me?
Yeah, we can see you.
We can see you in there.
Well, Islam, I can't see y'all, but peace.
Peace.
I see you.
Okay, so that's good. You know, if we was in church, they'd be like, the devil busy. So when we talk about the Kitawa, the Ketoowah Society, it believed in the autonomy of the Cherokee people and resisted and resided the Indian removal to Oklahoma, where they resisted. So they didn't want to leave by moving to the hills of North Carolina and even to Mexico. So I don't want to stay on that. What I'm showing you, that you don't give up your tribal heritage. It takes tribes to make these families. We don't give up that. And the Kitawa Society was established prior to the Civil War. This is 1859. Do some research. And the Penn Indians fought on the side of the Union Army. Do some more research. And the Kitawas believe that their name came from God and bespeaks their special relationship with the divine. Research this. And according to James Mooney, the Kitawa Society was still very strong in North Carolina circa 1900s. And our Prophet Noble Drew Ali would have been 14 years old. I'm telling you, but they try to make everything a secret. We don't do that. You see the Moorish on horseback? I show pictures of a lot of things because we're not here to hide. We scholars and we educators. We must reveal who we are all through history. All these things are in museums, are in private museums. I promise you this. So I don't want to stay too deep in this history, but I'm showing you things that we provide on scholarship, but we don't operate on something that we can't prove. No belie system. Islam?
Islam.
So I'm going to show y'all something else that Moors get people in trouble with. Here it is, the Zodiac Constitution. I'm going to break something down to you. The AA, I'm here to fulfill. I ain't here to hide nothing. Y'all see what this say on here? with the seal AA 222-141. Let me read this, what this truly means. And I'm telling you, all Moors do is make a paper trail for themselves. And so when the laws be enforced, they all going to jail. Watch this. Let me read this.
Is it charging it?
I don't know, baby girl.
Can we leave it alone?
Yeah, you can leave it alone. This is to certify that the statements set forth in this attached have been made a part of the records of the Copyright Office with claim of copyright registered under number AA 22141. In testimony whereof the seal of office is affixed hereunto January 10th, 2014. So anybody can get this document. That's number one. This document is here in the Zodiac Constitution. You can look this up in the Library of Congress. That's number one. I don't want to stay all into it, but it breaks things down that you can look up in the Library of Congress. When people talk about, did Moors have things? Yes. Yes, we did, legally and lawfully. I deal with the law. I don't care how nobody else feel. I'm telling you, that's why I can operate how I am, because the world know exactly who I am. And when you go to the Netherlands, when you go to England, they definitely know who you are. When you come operating as a Negro, they laughing at you. They know exactly what I got on my head. They know exactly this fez don't mean no religious Muslim. They know exactly only a Negro will do that. I'm in Arizona, no European, nobody else nationality came to me like, oh, are you a Muslim? No, because they know better. They have to talk like, could he be a Muslim? He could be. Just like if you're walking down the street and they don't know who you are, they got to ask you. But when people see me with it, they don't say, oh, he's some Muslim. I don't even speak like a Muslim. I don't even carry myself to a Muslim. I don't even give homage to the Creator as no Al-Islam Muslim. So please, I tell you the triple roll of the adapt chamber. And Moors don't even know what I'm talking about. So when I deal with this, I'm talking about the 12 signs of the zodiac, the code of mathematics, scaling from 0 to 9, and the science of geometry. Your fez is exactly what I'm talking about. Your graduation cap is exactly what I'm talking about. That's what I keep telling y'all. You can't put this fez on nobody's head and magically they become wise. You put this fez on this glass, it's still a stupid glass. I hope you ain't gonna put that in the car and say, okay, well, glass with the fez on drive. You're gonna kill yourself. You see, this fez is wisdom. My degrees is wisdom. I didn't go to the university to beg no one for a job. I went to the university to pull myself out and to be able to be electric. And that's what I've done. This fez is geometry. It compromised of the constitution of the living Moorish nation of the North America, referred to or misnomered as Negroes, who ruled the world and the 7 seas. In our Thomas Jefferson Quran, what they call you a Berber or Corsica. I show y'all all this in history. Your language is off. Who ruled the world and the 7 seas by the 12 signs of what? The zodiac. So in the Bible, you talk about they went by the stars. You thinking they don't know. I'm breaking this science down. This is mathematics. You mad because somebody know how to do mathematics and you choose to be ignorant? That's a choice. You ignorant to ignore. If you don't know, then you can learn. But if you choose to ignore, that's the only way you become ignorant. Why? Because you ignored it. That's ignorant.
Yeah.
That's ignorant. And the zodiac and the science of the geometry, that G, that Gnosis, that G, that Genosis, if you own that level that I'm talking about, it can materialize any way, depending on the realm of science that you're in and the context. So in this context, we're referring to that G as geometry. In science, when I'm dealing with metaphysics, I can say that refers to the beginning, the Genosis or the Gnosis. When you break it down as a scientific matter, it's Genosis. The beginning, the Gnosis. But the G, for 1160 and 96 years, the Amazon Dutch German Catholic priesthood fathers of the Revolution of 1789, and the Sisterhood, Magna Carta, Emancipation Proclamation, Union Society. No disrespect to no one, but I'm giving you things that you can read. This is the words that they write of white supremacy. But I'm telling you, ain't nothing supreme over me, especially white. Because if that's the case, I'm white. And they black. Because black is void of color. I'm void of color, and that's a fact. In 1863, North America, the 12 journeymen of the 50 Union State Society, and also the 9 judges of the Supreme Court were founded upon the Moorish nation's 12 signs of the Zodiac Constitution. And what? Mathematics, scaling from 0 to 9. Ask any of them. I'm telling you, they sons of Muslims. I'm telling y'all, all our history is wrapped up in masonry and misnomer religion and Eurocentric and Negrocentric propaganda. I'm telling you. And thus, without our Moorish Constitution, the Magna Carta or Charter, whatever it is, Emancipation Proclamation, Union Society of the myth of white supremacy definitely could have been founded in 1863. I'm just breaking stuff down that you can research. You have a right to do this. We're not overthrowing no government. That's a clown. Our Constitution, our bylaw said we are part of this government. We ain't here to destroy nothing. Please, I'm a Moorish American. Born here. I don't want to go nowhere else. There ain't nowhere in the world you can be and speak like this. Take your ass somewhere else. I'm proud to be a Moorish American.
Islam.
Period. I'm home. My family ain't no slaves. I don't got no history of no damn slave. You can accept that. And if you accept that, then what the Declaration of Human Rights, Article 15, everyone have the right of a nationality and a right to change it. No one will be arbitrarily denied of a nationality and a right to change it. To claim a child replaces the birth certificate. The SF 181 form. Please, man. And you're going to accept the least. I ain't saying everybody have to accept their freedom. If you want to be a slave, that's your choice. If you want to be an idiot, that's your choice too. But can't no man tell you that you no slave. Period. That's why the Bays and L's, we have this. We have a certain thing. Our Moorish American nationality and our surnames, Bay, L. That's Resolution 75, Moorish. This is the law. Research some law and stop saying what you can't do, being scared and talk about what somebody ain't gonna let your punk ass do. Excuse my candor. That's the problem with it. Somebody that don't understand that they free. Somebody gotta let you do something. Ain't nobody gotta let me do shit. If I'm free, I'm gonna do what's right pertaining to law. Ain't nobody gotta let me do nothing. Talk about they ain't gonna let us do it. Well, we gonna do it, and if they kill us, they gonna take us out. So what? A nigga will take you out. A Negro killed my brother for some bullshit. You ain't gonna stand for something? You scared of every damn thing, your own shadow? Our Bay and L's are the inherited birthrights. Without a legal due process, what? When I talk about proclaim, declare, and have due process, without legal due process of the lawmakers of the Union Society, which is the USA, what our Moorish forefathers were, we are today without a doubt or contradiction, namely Moorish. That's the law. The Dred Scott law has never been abolished. Man, they did it on Jeopardy, and everybody didn't pay no attention to it. And the European lady answered it. Oh, the Dred Scott case, Negro, blacks, and color would be slaves for life. Right. Everybody ain't say nothing about it. You self-identify the Negro, black, and slave. You are a slave for life. For life. And in according law, black means death. That's why Obama said on the Tom Joyner show, contrary to you, Frere, I'm not black because according to science and law, black means death. Somebody tell me I'm lying. What's the vernacular? According to law, you are what? If you black. Somebody tell me. What's the vernacular in law? The law, vernacular. Come on. What's the law? What is it?
Black, you're dead.
Okay, but what's the terminology we use? No, silver what? I'm telling you, your language got to be right. Your language, I'm talking about in the court of law. I ain't saying black ain't beautiful. I ain't saying black it ain't this. I ain't saying that. I said in the court of law where you must be factually correct on what you saying. I don't know. That shit don't work. I'm talking in this context. What I'm talking about here, I ain't saying black ain't beautiful. I ain't saying this tassel that color black ain't. That ain't what I'm saying. I'm saying black is not a damn nationality. I don't give a shit how you trying to explain it. A fool will try to make that right, and a fool does that, and we roll with that. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And the lawmakers of the 48 states, the Union Order, cannot force the Moors, the Bays, the L's to do certain things. Because what? Taxation without representation is a supreme violation of the Moorish Zodiac Constitution, birthright of Islam. But you don't know that because you don't know the law. You must be under a tribe. These is tribal laws. The religious rights of the indigenous people. This ain't me. This is the law. Read the religious rights of indigenous people, then come back and tell me am I making some shit up. You ain't a part of nothing. I'm telling you the law. Do the Mormons do anything with the United States? Do you think the Mormons right now and the Amish worried about anything that these citizens worried about? Yes or no?
No.
All right then.
No.
All right then. Okay then. So don't come to me with that goofy shit. They a body of people under agreement. Read the religious rights of the indigenous people, what you have the right to do But so the first thing, where's your tribe? Article 4, adequate employment and protection for Moorish Americans. Article 5, immortal marriage license code against the zodiac law of nature. See, when we talk about things, when Noble Drew Ali went in the laws and he said we're not responsible for what we didn't know. But when we know now, we don't do those things. So when we talking about getting married, and see, I always like to correct things because I'm a teacher. I'm not biased. I'm gonna give you things to compare to make things right. So truth cannot be altered, and therefore it needs no apology nor doctrine, because it's the supreme mental doctrine itself for the entire human family, woman and man. Thus the truth is the sisterhood, Christian Daughters of American Revolution. What, the DAR, those European women, or those Trellites that wear the white fez with the gold tassel? Yeah, that done took your place. You talk about you some Eastern Star, and all you got to do is join this movement, and my degrees is higher than any European or any nigger you would join. Why? Because they'll tell you when they meet me, they know. They go where I go. I'm telling y'all, I be transparent with y'all. They know. They came up with this. The Daughters of American Revolution, the DAR, established the marriage license, the state's right code to prevent Moorish men and women from marrying into their Magna Carta society of misnomer white supremacy. And did you ever stop to think, listen to this, y'all, that women and men are already married by supreme law of nature, and that a marriage license is an act of violation of the law of nature? Do some research and watch how I break it down. Very simple. The nature law union between women and men spells what? Love. I'm telling you, research it. And the reproduction of a child in which a marriage license plays no part in. And definitely, there cannot be any illegitimate children, offsprings from women and men, because women is supreme gate of creation of both male and female children by the law of nature, which spells what? Islam, which is Islam, or what? I, self, law, and master, and the carpenter and the grand architecture of human family. Adam means the positive forces in woman and the sons responsible for evolution or the reproduction of children. Just like we talk about the Technogrammathon, the YHWH, where we get the A and the E from. Come on now, this is simple. Of children. This is very simple. Yes, Mom. Oh, I thought you said Ashe. Oh, thank you, Mom. Of the Christian society definitely cannot prove that their Adam and Eve had a marriage license. I'm talking about what I can prove. I don't give a damn how nobody feel. I can put my coat on and walk out the door and take my table and take my chair and set up anywhere, and nobody can shut me down. Period. And did you ever stop to think that the marriage license code is an act of selling women and men back to themselves? So when you have more say, our prophet said, go to the courts and marry your wife. No, he didn't. He said, if you don't want to abide by these and let your sheik marry you based off our Quran, chapter 20 and 22, then you a fool. Go buy your wives. Because see, why you think we jumped over the broom back in the day? That was our thing. A marriage, you can get a certificate from anywhere. I can get the certificate, your sheik can sign it, you jump over the broom. You ain't got to go do no marriage license. That's a civil suit. I'm telling you, and that's a third party. You putting a third party into your private union, and you don't need that. Ask anyone that's civilized that know law. They be like, he telling you right? Is he a tribal leader? He just talking about tribal stuff. If you ain't part of no tribe, then do what the hell you want to. And so what I'm telling you, we don't bash our brothers and sisters for things that we did when we didn't know. You're not responsible for what you're not ignorant within. You didn't know. But I bet you if you knew this then before you went to a union with your empress, you would do exactly what I said. Right. So you're not responsible. You do the corrections. We ain't banking on our empresses to leave up and get into no civil suit. I ain't worried about that. But I'm talking about now as going on. If a brother want to go into a union with his woman, this is how I would direct him. You ain't got to go to no good, get no marriage license. Why? Why? You can put her anything. You can put her in a trust. You can put her anything. So you don't need to do that. Islam? See, these are facts. And then when you want to get divorced, you got to go pay to get out of something that y'all just agreed to. So damn it, I got to go pay somebody to get out something that I just verbally agreed to? That shit is crazy. And the Union Magna Charta Marriage License Code, unfortunately and unconsciously, caused the misnomer. Once again, I'm just giving their vernacular, because this is what they taught amongst their group. The white woman to be cut off from the human family, which is the Moorish nation. In other words, the misnomer white woman are supreme social slaves against their will and desire. This has caused them to carry in their mind and heart a secret sorrow and anger. No disrespect to no one. Hey, you can research what I'm saying. Which causes their children to inherit a tendency of what? Crime, hatred, insanity, and various other disease. Why? Because the son does the bidding of the mother. In this context, can't get mad at me. I'm telling you, I'm just breaking science down. I know how to operate. I'm here to fulfill. I ain't here to destroy nothing. This shit is written. Excuse my candor. Supreme standard of the zodiac marriage law. And so let me go back and make this point before I even go proceed. So when Moors be saying, oh, this and that and the other, when you get into a union with an empress, I don't care if you stand in front of no judge and say all this. That don't mean nothing. None of that stuff mean nothing. So what you going down there gonna mean? You gonna be faithful? No, you gonna do this? None of that. None of that. None of that. None of that stuff really matter. So then you got to start thinking about it. What am I signing up for? And what does this consist of? Nobody never asked that. And why do I got to go down to some court to do this? If I want to put my woman on my insurance and all that, I can just put my woman on my insurance. What are you talking about? People put their freaking dog on their insurance. Are y'all listening to me? Okay. I'm telling you, when people don't know nothing, a person try to just come and tell you with that scare tactics. Man, I know law. You're not finna come bring no BS to me, talk about, well, this. No, I'm gonna break down law to you and tell you to get out of my face, you liar. I'm gonna tell you to get out of my face. Because the laws and the courts are gonna agree with me. You don't gotta like my candor. The truth will make you free. And here are the elements of the signs of the zodiac and the woman and men's positive signs involving the first marriage of the zodiac. Y'all got to know this. The law of nature. No preacher and money and license and neither religion is necessary in the standard zodiac marriage law. Research this.
Come on. No such thing
between woman and man.
Just like I tell people real estate law, just like I tell people my doctorate, indigenous people law and policy, just like when we talk about maritime law, just like when we talk about civil law, just like we talk about all those parameters, you got to know the language. You got to, or you can get lost in mistranslation or translation because you're trying to say, yes, it do mean this. No, it don't. No, it don't.
Know the language.
No, it don't. You cannot do that. And you can't get mad. I can get you caught up. That's fraudulent concealment. In the court of law, we call that fraudulent concealment. Because if you were dealing with me before you were dealing with that clown stuff, and I gave you all the facts and gave you all perspectives to deal with it, you'd be like, oh, I've been fraudulent concealed. So we in harmony with nature. Aries is fire, and Libra is air. Taurus is earth, and Scorpio is water. Gemini is air, and Sagittarius is fire. Cancer is water, and Capricorn is earth. Leo is fire, Aquarius air. Virgo is earth, and Pisces is water. That's why in 1863, the Union Bible story of Eve and Adam were founded upon the Moorish zodiac 12 sign laws, the negative and the positive forces of nature, the female and the male. So when we dealing with the tetragrammaton, we put the A and the E in there to give that manifestation. The so-called Baphomet, which is spelled Kabbalistically, which Eliseus Levi wasn't nothing but a damn transcriber. The Cole Volta. It's our science. Get out that spookism. Get out that spookism. I'm here to fulfill. In harmony with nature. Aries is fire and Gemini is air. Leo is fire and Libra is air. Sagittarius is fire and Aquarius is air. People born under the opposite signs and the angle signs are in harmony with one another in every manner. Thus, firsthand knowledge of your sign under which you are and your mate were born, it can guide you to destiny in peace, progress, and happiness forever. Because you can understand that. You can balance. You will understand how your heaven is operating on this earth.
Illuminate.
And you got to be reminded that this, Moors, is not a theory. The zodiac is absolutely universal standard of marriage and human guidance. Women and man, the woman will know their duty toward one another and their children without being forced by the traditional codes. I'm telling you, I can keep going on and on with the science, but I want to indulge in some more. I want to skip a little bit and jump to this last fact, and then we'll finish. But the Moorish Zodiac Constitution is the only universal, unchanged moral law for the human family, for unity, for human equality, respect, peace, and economic and social progress. Therefore, every Moor, the Bays, the L's, we must be guided by this Constitution, What Constitution? The Clock of Destiny. I teach it. I don't need no books to teach it. I give you the books and I'll just teach it. And then I'll break the words down, and then you will be raised up in your regular life. Do that which is right by reason, and have respect for the misnomer white lawmakers. I said respect. I ain't say respect is when you respect somebody else. That means you're respecting yourself. That didn't mean, oh, I'm bowing down. Because respect mean I can bite your head off. In fact, I'm respecting you in law. You ain't finna come to me with no BS, but I'm gonna respect you. So respect goes a long way. And we got to have respect for the citizens of the Magna Carta Union Society of the 50 states. If not, how are you going to be able to get in this arena? If you say everything is wrapped up in laws, you got to be able to go to the arena, they at the table. You're going to go there all mad with that goofy shit, or you're going to go with law and make them sit on their hands? Because I'm going with law.
Yes, sir. That's law.
And that's the only way to demand. Here I go, demand respect from them. I'm demanding my respect. What they already know. Only an adept can do this. What? Come to them and illuminate stuff that they already with. I'm telling you what I know. They all Magna Carta, tradition, customs. And the Moors are the guided by the Zodiac Constitution law. And knowledge of the Zodiac masonry as shown in the Moorish Constitution. And also in the Clock of Destiny, volume 1 and 2. And in my teachings, it will prevent a Moorish American, he or she, from indulging in crime. Them would not have to appear in the courtroom to stand trial. I told y'all, they would not have to appear in courtroom to stand trial. You'll never see me have to stand trial for nothing. Nothing, because I know law and I know restrictions in law. I never do that. I never do that. These is teachings. That's how I tell you people they under what they be talking about. Because if you operating right, it says they would not have to appear in courtroom to stand trial. Period. Should a Moorish American who has this Constitution, Clock of Destiny, 1 and 2, indulge in crime such as narcotics, robbery, forgery, prostitution, illegal whiskey or alcohol, illegal schemes, ding, 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 illegal schemes, breaking peace, gambling, violence and disrespect for the law of the city, country, state, and federal, they then have incriminated themselves and therefore will be penalized. And this Constitution, our card, and our science definitely does not protect criminals. Beware. It don't, your ID all ain't protecting your criminal ass, or you think you finna get an ID and all of a sudden you finna do all the crime and magically, dun 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 dun, you Casper the Ghost. Take your goofy ass to jail.
Because to be honest, when I was speaking to an old friend, well, he's still acquaintances, but his take on more science was, man, I feel like I can get away with all my criminal shit. I was like, no, bro, that ain't even what time it is. I'm saying you're gonna get your head buzzed.
See, and they are. It's happening. That's why I said we are the upper echelon. I don't have, like I tell Morris, I don't care about assimilating with a whole bunch of Negroes, because as y'all see, they're gonna be, what about this? Where I want to recertify myself. What the hell is you talking about, fool? You ain't disappearing. Your social security number is who you are, clown. Now I can tell you about operating as a business and not individual, operating as in private, not public. That's different. But you ain't finna disappear off the face of the earth, goofy.
Come on.
And we as Moors, we must respect the courts by saying, I affirm. Y'all don't even know that. I told y'all his words, and like, for the record, I affirm. And I ain't even gonna get all in that, because when you say that, it automatically makes them qualified to defend themselves by their Zodiac Constitution law and their mathematical number 9. I keep telling y'all it's certain things that I know. I ain't even gonna divulge all into it. I'm not, because there's no reason. I done been in the fire. So I'm not gonna just talk about things. And that's law. I'm gonna show y'all another brother right here. Y'all ever seen this brother? We almost done. We teaching today. This Hubert Henry Harris, the AKA Black Socrates. Let me break what this brother said. One of his quotes. He said, another favorite hymn amongst black Christians is, you can have all the world, but just give me Jesus. Harrison argued that he would rather remain black and go to hell. After all, the devil and all his imps are black, and he would feel at home amongst black people. There would be a heat problem, but in due time, one would get used to it and perhaps enjoy it. So in summing up, he would say that he had no intention of bowing down to a lily, this is what he say, white God, or worshiping a Jim Crow Jesus. His candor, just like I say, my candor, sometimes infuriated the religionists, just like mine, but I don't give a shit, excuse my candor, and riots occurred at the meetings. This brother, let me give you a background of this wise brother. Let me just, and then if we done, I'm gonna go to a little bit of teaching and we done. We gotta know who these people are in history. We have scholars all in history, all through history. John G. Jackson is an educator, lecturer, author, and a man of principle. He was born on April 1st, 1907, into a family of Methodists. As he remembers now, he has been an atheist since he could think. An atheist don't mean you don't believe in yourself. An atheist mean that I ain't believing in some being outside of myself. Miss me with that crap. The family minister once asked him when he was small, "Who made you?" After some thought, he replied from his own realization, "I don't know." He lived for 50 years in New York City, 1932 to 1977. That's when I was born, 1977. Lecturing at the Ingrosso Forum of the American Association for the Advancement of Atheism from 1930 to 1955. During a parallel period, he wrote articles for the Truth Seekers magazine, which I have. He was at the same time a writer and associate of the Rationalist Press Association in London, England, from 1932 to 1972, which I got a lot of those papers that I got at the Royal Archives from my connections. Beginning in 1971, he became a lecturer in Black Studies Department of Rutgers University, remaining there until 1973. From 1973 to 1977, he was a visiting professor at the New York University. When he moved to Chicago, somebody said something? Oh, he quickly became a visiting professor at Northeast Illinois University from 77 to 1980. And one of his courses which he was taught was comparative religion, which I teach, or AKA the Triple Rose. And his approach to that course was such that university officials cautioned him to be more discreet. Not saying anyone's saying that, to be more discreet. Another of his courses dealt with social movements. Jackson has been a consistent friend of labor and has been a member of the UAW, District 65, AFL-CIO for most of his life. Now here goes some books. Write this down, but I got them, y'all. His books include Introduction of African Civilization, A Guide to the Study of African History, Ethiopia and the Origin of Civilization, Man, God and Civilization, and the best-selling Pagan Origins of the Christ Myth. So I just wanted to give a little background of things when I say, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of who you are. And so I'm going to indulge in a little bit of this, and we done. We connecting sciences. I'm giving you a little bit of more science. I'm giving you a little bit of history. Because your religion, it don't mean nothing. If I show you that religious history meant you still a slave. To be free, you must have your nationality and your spirituality. You must understand that you're not Negro, black, and colored. You must understand that. You must understand the laws pertaining to freedom. I'm telling you, your religion don't make you free. Your nationality and your spirituality does, pertaining to the laws, which make you a complete fifth. This is law. So, I'll give y'all a little bit of this and we done. I'm not here for debate. I'm here to challenge you to think that there are only two races of people on this earth. And although Europeans, whatever you want to call it, Europeans, Trelodite, I'm just giving the names that they caveman. I'm just giving a name because our history is not coming up in no cave. We don't give ourselves no name of no Trelodite. Come on. Europeans' philosophy determines that it is 5 races, but under the divine law of our prophet, there are only 2. But there are many nationalities of people on earth. And man and woman gets his or her nationality from the country or the land of his forefathers. And that is subject to a change through what? An adoption. But man's, woman's race never changes, regardless how he or she may amalgamate or marry into the families of the pale-skinned nations of Europe, or what part of the earth he or she may inhabit. His race per se will still be the same because that is a natural descent family, and he cannot be changed unless man have the power to extend beyond the sun, moon, and stars. So that's why I tell you, no man, no woman can have the power to nationalize you or denationalize you. That's a fraud. I tell you that over and over and over. No one can.
Somebody going in your body and changing your blood.
They can't. They can't. That's why in grapes, if you're a wine connoisseur, they ask for the appellation of the grapes.
Yep.
I'm telling you, man, the stuff be simple.
Oh, man.
And the two names of races are Asiatic race and the European race. All Muslims are members of the Asiatic race. And I know in all little Asiatic and I know the Eurasia. Hey, I'm here to agree. I know all that. I'm a historian. I know names of things, but I'm here to synchronize. I can agree on things that we're going to agree on. And the nationalities that are involved are all members of the Asiatic race. And the Moors, who are the ancient Moabites, which is in your Bible, and the founders of the holy city of Mecca, which is in your Bible. You don't know Egypt and all that is Mizraim in your Bible? They talk about Memphis. Y'all got to look at landmass. The Egyptians, who were the Hittites, or the Hamites, and of direct descendant of what? Mizraim. What is Mizraim? Egypt. I'm telling you. The Arabians, the seed of what? Hagar. Japanese and Chinese. The Hindu of India, the descendants of the ancient Canaanites, Hittites, and Moabites from the land of Canaan. Where in your Bible? In our Moore's Quran, chapter 25, that's the uniting of Asia, period.
Wow.
The Asiatic nations, the countries in North, South, and Central America, the Moorish Americans, the Mexicans in North America, Brazilians, Argentinians, Chileans in South America, Colombians, Nicaraguans, and the natives of San Salvador in Central America, the Turks, the true descendants of Hagar. All of these descendants are Asiatics. So get that hate out of you.
Come on, G.
All Moors ain't black of Moors. Gonna got the same hue as you. You think the great God Allah is gonna be that selfish? Damn it, ain't it a black bear and a polar bear? They both bears, but they got two different makeups with your stupid ass.
Yes, sir. Islam.
Come on, stop playing. The great God Allah created all this. Stop playing. Our race, Asiatic, is derived from Adam and Eve. Understand what I'm saying? There are the mother and fathers of the human family, Asiatic and Muslims. They went into Asia, and we the children of them who were named after the continent of Asia, Asiatic, which is our modern name. And our ancient name is angels, which they talk about in the Bible. Like my dad said, ain't no angel finna come down. You don't know what an angel is? An angel, which our 101 say, that's clothed in the flesh. What is a prophet? Someone that's clothed in the flesh, that'll come and give you a divine message for the one that won't save, and a divine warning for the ignorant, the AKA, which we call supreme wisdom, or teaching the blind. We are the 5%.
Because I don't know if they be taking what you say wrong when you say, I came down off the throne. So you know what I'm saying? That's that angel, that's that prophet in the flesh. You know what I'm saying?
I talk in parables. See, only a person that's in the natural won't understand. They're getting the ego like, yo, he talking about he came down like he's something. No, I'm in the spirit. See, and that's why I say I don't deal with principalities. I don't deal with mortal man. That's ego. I'm dealing with higher science. My people know my voice. Damn it, the Messiah only had 12. Who am I? The rest is only the people. And since we are a race of people who likes to travel, seeking new homes, and now living in different parts of the world, that does not change us from our natural descent. And it's written that we were and we are separate in the world. The Bible, it tells you that. Remember the relationship that binds you to love and unity, and prefer not a stranger before thy own blood. That's the scriptures. I'm almost done. That's why we use the analogy, we don't take food off the table to feed to the dogs. That's why the analogy in the Bible says a lamb for a household. You got to understand what I'm saying. And the second name of race, as I said earlier, is European, which is his origin, because he is originated from the continent of Europe. And if he should travel and discover a new home in different parts of the world, he will still be a European. Think about it. His nationality derives from the land or country in Europe in which his forefathers inhabited. For example, if a European come from England, he would be called what? An English American, right? Okay. All right. Or from Germany, he would be what? A German American, right? Okay, so I married my Empress Fran, and she a European from Bosnia. I married him. Her husband got a long beard. All Europeans at the wedding. Me and my Empress, the only Moors. And they are Bosnian Americans. Islam? Her daughter loved me. They love me. I deal with the hurt. I ain't no fool. Their children will always carry the descent because they cannot get away from their origin. So we, the Moorish people, by nationality, were brought to these shores in the early parts of the 17th century. Some of us, yes, by being disobedient. We suffered for not honoring the principles of our mothers and fathers. Our nationality was taken away, and race, likewise, by the European nations in 1779. And in 1913 AD, Noble Drew Ali came and brought our true records. What? In law, telling us that we are Moorish Americans, which can be proven in law. We are Moorish because of our forefathers, what? Inhabited Morocco. That is the part of the world or land that the pharaohs of Egypt gave them permission to settle and inhabit it. So when I say I don't diss the Bible, I'm the people of the book. What book? Every book, clown. The Bible ain't no white man book, which are what these goofy Negroes be saying. Moabites is the ancient name for the Moorish or Moroccans. And we adopted the national name, America, because we are children of our forefathers and mothers born here where? In America, which makes us American born and Moroccan descent. Our race, Asiatic, never changes, family. And it is our prophet's desire, it is my desire for our people to always claim our descent. Don't Italians, Greeks, English, Chinese, Japanese, Turks, Arabians are forced to proclaim their national free name and religion before the constitutional government of the United States of America? Isn't it not more right that the law should be enforced upon all other American citizens likewise? Why do you think they don't want to do that? Because they don't want us to be a people. That's what I talk about, the truth of the AA22 number. When 30,000 must sign a proclamation and take it to the world courts. I'm down with reparations, but we got to restore ourselves back to our original state before we were tampered with. And then Negroes got to agree. We can't agree if it's raining or if it's damn snowing.
When I was reading in the ancient history of the Americas, and it was speaking about the Northern American Aborigines, and it was saying like how when they always come together, and it was basically saying like their name was Legion, and they rose as one body, or they rose as one man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That nationality or that oneness.
Yep. Because if we want to be counted as a people in the law books, we got to agree to one national name. Your tribal connection, that's your tribe. I just told you that's the religious rights of the indigenous people. But as a people, we got to agree to a free national name. What? Moorish American. And we annex our LRB to our tribal name or our government name or aka our family crest, which our mother and our father named us. That's too simple, aka annexion. That's the Resolution 75. Duh, read it.
The mother is the president.
Duh. All Moors got to do is read Resolution 75. And they talk about what somebody won't let them do. Stop letting somebody tell you what you can't. The law, the mandate says this is what you can do. And it never been abolished. Come on now.
Yes, sir.
Come on. And our prophet teaches us, don't get caught up in the word citizens of the United States. We are proclaim our descent, our origin and free national names, annexing our Bay and L before the national constitution of the United States of America. You proclaim and do that. How? By signing, by everything. You do that. If you want to change your L and everything and annex it on all your other ID, do so. You ain't got to make no special appearance. When it's time to update your license, do that by mail. And that's annex your L. That's your right. Period.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to do that, then you can bring up cases and say, well, pertaining to the constitutional law, blah, 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 or Resolution 75, it said, isn't it right that I have the right to annex my L, my Bay, pertaining to law? And the judge going to say, yes. I'm telling you what I know. It ain't saying that you above some law, but you have a right to annex your Bay and your L. Man, if you can change your damn name to Meta World Peace, and this ain't no name change, you annexing your L and Bay. But what I'm saying, if you can pay to change your name, damn it, come on. Islam? So I leave y'all with this, because I said I'm only gonna go an hour. I got 2 minutes. The annexation to names given at physical birth. So if any more have a kid today and you call yourself a Moor and you don't annex your L or your Bay to your kid, that's your choice. You sign, you say who you are. You can annex your religious tribal name. The damn Hindus do it, the Indians do it, the Muslims do it, but you're afraid. You afraid to tell somebody who you are. For the record, state your name for the record. I'm black and I'm this. No, for the record, I'm not under no Christian codes. I'm Kareem Hakeem Goodman Bay, blah, 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 blah. I know my rights for the record. So, as we close, annexation of names to last names given at physical birth. The proof of what makes us understand this is that I'm not talking about changing anyone's name given at physical birth. See, it takes a court order to do that when one wants to drop the name they were born under. I told y'all, so when that Moore was on here and when I went to the bathroom, he talked about he dropped his last name and just got Bay. He had to get a court order to do that. You're not obeying your mother because your mother gave you that last name, clown. I'm a Bay, Malika Bay, you annex. So you operate out of the law. You got to get a court order to drop the name they were born under. That's the law. Islam, that's the law. So one, do not need a court order to change. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen. One does not need a court order to change a sound or pronunciation of a name, person, place, or thing. Follow me. I'm showing you how to defend yourself and prove that what you have the right to do. I don't care what nobody else say. If a department or a vital statistic must have a court order to satisfy their system, please ask the department that it concerns. Honor the court order from the Supreme Magistrate of the Moorish Society, because we are part and parcel of the government, and all societies must respect the laws and customs of each other, since we have to live amongst each other. See, this is the law. See, I ain't talking about no mumbo jumbo stuff. I ain't talking about somebody under the British Anatolian Registry gonna tell you. I'm telling you as a legal representative. I'm giving you precedent in law, doc number, stuff that you can prove. Pattern after our laws and customs. Read Act 4 and 5 of our divine constitution of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Also, Watson versus Jones. This is the law case. Research the law case Watson versus Jones. 13 Wallace, U.S. Supreme Court reports, page 679. This case was decided April 15th, 1872. And our Moorish questionnaire, Form 1099, and legal form of Smith Hurd revised status of the state of Illinois, chapter 32 and 36 is the authority. So I stop right there, man. I stop right there because we got to start connecting our science. We got to start being a part of something. We can change this movement. We can have our own educational house, own spiritual house, everything we need in one calendar year. And then we can operate off donations and everybody get a tax exempt receipt at the end of the year and give you your tax preparer. I ask all misnomer NBCs that make any amount of money. You don't have to be a bastard. You don't have to make six figures. You're paying taxes to Uncle Sam, regardless, out of your check. You can pay your taxes where you want to and just give your tax preparer a tax exempt receipt and you okay. They taking the local and state taxes out of you because you don't have no other deductions to do that. So when persons say we don't want to pay taxes, no, you can use that to springboard your operation. Moors like to watch all the gangster shows, Sopranos. Why y'all think Sopranos were dealing with the churches? They don't know, because the churches is tax exempt. We can do work in the community and the people can donate. The hustler can donate. The working man can donate. And then if you're a regular person that makes six figures, at the end of the year, you writing a fat check to Uncle Sam, where you can donate to your charitable contribution and take that to your tax preparer and that offset your taxes. And you can see that organization building in your community. See, this is what I'm talking about. We don't have to beg nobody for nothing. How? Because we got enough money. Small donations. We can do this. We can do this, y'all. It's bigger than just talking. All these schools, we complain about schools. We complain about all this. Well, I'm right here. We got curriculums to teach kids, to teach everything, to teach you how to set up your business, to teach you financial literacy, to show you all these skills, to show you how to use at least 5% of your brain. We all said we wanted to be free, and now the world is changing. We getting scared. Now the world is changing. Now people getting scared, talk about, oh man, everybody want to commit fraud. Everybody worrying about this because everybody lived over their means. Now we got to look at life and be like, we can build something, have something. And so with that said, Morris, I'm just done, man. But it's not, you can't be afraid to be who you are. The laws agree with this. We just have to operate justly and operate in peace. Islam?
Islam.
Any questions, man?
Islam.
Any questions? With that being said, Morris, donate. Get some books. Cash App, $KG Bay. I'm not afraid to ask for donations because if you give donation, I'm going to give you some worth value. And then you can see the work. You can see what we're doing. All the ministry. Go on our Temple and School webpage, bbtsciencetemple.com, and see what we do. So with that being said, man, I love y'all. Islam. Any questions?
And gratitude for the teachings.
Gratitude, man.
I always on fire.
Gratitude, man.
Fire is through fire. Islam.
Islam. Let's do our Moorish American prayer. We out of here.
Allah, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation, by night and by day. Through his holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Shalom Aleichem, Ayah Ash'ariya, Hotep, Islam, peace, 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 peace.
Peace, Noble. Hey, can we get that benediction before we leave, please? If you don't mind, Alonzo, you know I gotta have that.
Islam.
You ready, Alonzo? Oh, you still there?
Islam, you can hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Islam. May the benediction of Allah be upon thee and thine, always, as thou shalt strive to be a credit to Allah. Make haste to bestow thine acts of love upon thy brethren, and do the best to shun thine evil ones. Remember to take succor of the breast of knowledge, wisdom, fortitude, charity, love, and all standing, that you might nourish the souls of men. Let truth be the shield in the manifest battle of falsehood. Know that Moors need not to pick the lock to the gates of paradise by means of petty or criminal death. For behold, the key to salvation already rests within thine own hands. And yes, even though a portion of our nature is weakness, instability, and inconsistency, there still is the greater part of our nature that is divine. May Allah protect thee, guide thee, preserve thee, lengthen thy age, and give thee everlasting peace. Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Yaha, Yahuhamid, Ashe, Islam,
Peace. Ah, there it go. Hey, it popped back on. Hey, y'all. Howdy, y'all. Peace out, family. Love y'all, man.
peace and love, family.
Peace and love. Peace. Gratitude, man. That was our class for the day, man. I just want to give gratitude to everyone that showed up, man. But if you, like I said, bbtsciencetemple.com is our Temple and School webpage. Like I said, we also on Instagram at burningbushtabernacle.ts. And we also have a business webpage where you can get your Moorish American headdress, turbans, and much, much more. Your Moorish American dress at moorishhaberdasher.com. Once again, that's moorishhaberdasher.com. And you can get all your Moorish American regalia and much, much more. Once again, I love y'all. If you guys want books and everything, I have a platform where you can get books for smaller donations, and it's a fraction of the price on Amazon. And you can get them printed and bind it at Office Max or Staple, and you can have them. And then you can help other people that may want the book that don't have the money to pay a whole bunch on Amazon. You can get them from me. And so you can look on my book page on Instagram at AJELANI Moorish Book Club. It's A Jelani Moorish Book Club. That's AJELANI Moorish Book Club. Once again, man, I love you guys, man. Remember, there's nothing illegal about Moorish science. Moorish science is for the home. And in Moorish science is knowledge, order, rhythm, astrology, astronomy, and nature. And I love you all. In peace. What up, is?